It's giving me preparing to live stream. We're almost going live. I think I'll just turn off all of your cameras for now so that we only have, or unless you want to be on it. Yeah, I think that'll be best. Let's see. And there we go. I think it's working now. Yep, we are live. Okay, guys, welcome to this small seminar from Curly Brackets. We are doing a class right now, and we're going to be spending the next maybe half an hour, maybe 45 minutes on going from scratch to building a website that is going to do just one thing. It's going to be a super simple website, title text up top, and then there's going to be an image in the middle where you can click it, and then you will get a different image, a random image. So this is a perfect opportunity for you who've maybe learned a bit of HTML and CSS and feel like you kind of get the deal with that, to go to making just static websites to making something that's interactive, where something happens when you click something, or something more happening than just the content and the design. So let's jump right into it. The platform I'll be using today is called CodePen. And it's completely free to sign up. I've already made an account and logged in. And here you can create a pen, which is just a very simple website. And it's going to give you HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So they've already, you don't even need to set up the individual pages. They've already done that in the background for you. You can just focus on the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for this little website that you're making. So I'm going to start one of those and then change this. So I think we should make a random meme generator website. So you have a random meme, and then you click it, and then it gives you a different one. So let's see if we can build that today. So I'll just call it for now random memes. And I've got my students here on the side, and they're going to be asking questions, and I'm going to be asking them questions during the seminar too. Let's see if we can get the chat up here. Yep, I'm seeing you guys here on the chat on the left side. Okay, so the first thing. So HTML, we're just going to put in an H1 tag here just to get a title. So I'm going to say H1 and then just random memes. Okay, and what's really cool about this website is that it automatically just gives you the live preview of your website, so you can go really fast. So we got that. Now I want to just put it in the center. So I'm going to go in here and say, you probably know by this time that there are several ways of centering this thing. I'm just going to go for now, the lazy way of doing it, which is just style, text, align, center. Because I want to just get started on my project, right? I'm not necessarily making all the right decisions about the code for now. We can change that later. So we got it in the middle. And now I want to get an image of a meme right here. So let me go to Google and search up a meme. Let's see here. What should I search for, guys, to get a good meme? Any suggestions? I haven't been consuming that many memes lately. Coffin dance meme, great one. I think I know what that one is.
Yes. I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Oh, yeah, cool. Let's see if we can get a GIF animation of that to make it even more, even nicer. There we go. That's a great one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy image address. That's gonna be the fastest way to get it in there. So in here, I'm gonna do a center tag, and inside, again, close that thing. Oops. Center. And then inside, just do a simple image src and point it to that thing. And then just put it in. There we are. So we got that working now. Now, right now, it's okay to have these 3-4 things happening at the screen at the same time, but I'm going to be writing a little bit of code. And so what I want to do is just make it easy for myself to preview the website. So I'm going to say, save this first. And then down below here, let's see if we can make it a little bit smaller. We can fit in everything. We're going to have this button right here. It's a little bit hidden. It's very small. But if you press that one, it's just going to open this one up in a new one, which is going to make it just easier for us. So now we see that we have this thing going. Now, I think the image is a little bit too big. So I'm going to go in here, and for just the image tag, I'm going to add a little thing here saying that the width equal shouldn't be more than, let's say, 400 pixels. Then I'll save that again. Refresh. There we go. That looks much nicer. This is also nice because I'm thinking there's going to be different memes. They're going to be of different sizes. But now I've set it so that it's not going to be wider than 400 pixels. So we're not going to run into the issue that it's going to be a super huge thing and a super small thing. So it's going to make it look much nicer. Okay, so we got the first one here. Now, I'm going to need like 6 or 7 or at least those amount of memes to build this. So can I ask my students here, can you guys find some funny memes that you like and then post the image address of those in the chat so that I can use those when I get to the part where we're actually putting those in to the project? Okay. So what is the first step here? Well, let's think about what we want to do in the website. We want to make it so that when we press this image, it changes to a different image. Okay, so this is the part where if I'm not familiar that much with JavaScript, I'm going to go like, how do I do that? I've only really done HTML and CSS before. Let me show you how you would do that. So in order to be able to change this to a different image, I'm going to need a different image. So let me just find that first. So I'll check out what the students have put in here. We have an image here from Yannis. Let me check this. Funny one. So I'm going to use this. I'm just going to copy this address and go in here. So let's look at the code now. Okay, so one of the easiest way to add interactivity to your website is first figure out what it is that you want to cause that or something. So in this case, we want something to happen when the image is clicked. And the easiest way to do that is this way. If you go into the image tag right here, you can add this thing called onClick and say equals and then this one, which you always have to do, write the thing and then equals and then this one. And inside here now, you can actually write JavaScript. So let me write the simplest JavaScript, which is just an alert box, which you might be familiar with before. So I'm going to just write here, it works, just to test this thing. Give that a save, and then go here, refresh, and then let me click it, and it works. Got me that alert box. Very nice. Now, you can probably already figure out that if we're going to write the whole code in here, it's going to get a little bit congested, a little clunky. So we don't want to do that. But we know because on CodePen, it's already connected it to this JavaScript part, we can just write the JavaScript here. So what I'm going to do now is just get this JavaScript on the right side and write this. Let me write a function. And a function, the function will say something like, let me just call it change me. There we are. Now, inside of here, I want it to, for now, just do the same thing. Give me that same alert box. Right now, I'll just do alert in here. I'll say it works like this. Now, instead of running this thing, I'll just execute the function on the onClick event here. Change that with this. Let's give that a save. What did he say? It works again, I'll say, just so it's different from last time. And then let's do click again, and then it says it works again. Awesome. Okay, now this is where we got to write the code in here that changes the image. So here's how this works. Any website has, the whole website is in an object called the document object. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me show you. So this page right here, this is a website, right? Really simple one. Let me go to right click and then inspect element. You might have done this before. If you go to the console, if you're in Google Chrome, you can see that there's a little bit of stuff here, which we can ignore for now. But in here, you can write stuff. So if I put it in here, document, you'll see that it's auto completing. So it knows what it is. Press enter. It's going to give me this thing right here. If I press it, you'll see that the entire website is here. So I can open it up and I can go into the body and I'll see here that I have the image right here. I have this thing. So everything that is in the website, you can find inside of the document object. So let's use that. Let's go in here and say that the first thing we want to do is get the document object. And then we want to say inside of the document object, we want to get to the image part of it, and we want to change that. So the way we can do that is just say dot, and then we can use a method, a function that is called get element by ID. And then because it's a method, it's gonna take those circle brackets, and then in there you can say you can put in a name there. So in order for this to work, we actually have to go into the thing that we want, the image, and add an ID to it. So I'll just go at the top here and add an ID, and I'll just call it meme. So then we can just put in meme there. Just make sure if you're coding at home, just these two things have to line up exactly. That's how it finds it. And then, so this thing is going to get this entire thing. So now we're dealing with this. Well, what do we want to do here? We want to change not this. We don't want to change this. We don't want to change here. We want to just change this part, right? We want to change it to this thing. So let's just copy this. And then say in here, we can say dot src equals. So now it's saying, okay, this can replace whatever value is in here. Let me just put in the thing as a string. And then let's give that a save and see if we can test it out. Let's get rid of that, refresh. And it changed it to the new image. And that's basically the first part of the website done. Now we know how we can change these things. Now, just in case you're following this at home and you want to do something slightly different, like for example, not change an image, change the text or something like that, let me show you some different ways of doing that. Or rather the same way, but how, just give you some other examples. So let's say that in addition to changing the image here, you also wanted to change the text. Let me show you how you can do that. So again, you go for document, and then you say get element by ID. Guys, students, could I just ask you to mute yourself because I can hear something from your end. Thanks. So again, I'm going to use get element by ID, and up here, because this is what I want to change, I want to add an ID here again. So I'm going to say title for this. Then I can just search it up here, title. And then what do I want to change? Well, I want to change this inner part, whatever is inside of the tag. The thing for that is inner HTML. So in here, I can say, how do I change to a random meme instead of a specific one? We're going to get to that next, Giannis. That's coming up. So let's change this thing to, what was the name of this meme? Dancing, or I'll just call it, I don't know, leopard.
Coffin dance.
What, coffin dance?
Coffin dance.
Sure. Coffin dance meme. Great. We can do that. So let's save that. And then let's do this. Okay, now let's click. See, the text also changed. So, and then that's really all it is. everything that you want to change, you just have to declare it in one line or more lines if it requires that, and then you just list those out like this. So let me just do one more before I go to the next one, just to kind of hit the point home. Let's say that in addition to changing the text, you also wanted to change, I don't know, the color of it. Then you would go in here and say another one of these, document, get element by ID. And then again, the thing that you want to change, title, and then here you want to do style because you're doing something to the style. And then let's say that you want to change the color. And then you can go something like, I don't know, red. Save. Refresh and click, and then that changes this too. So there you go. That's how you do it. And if you're ever unsure about exactly what is the syntax, exactly what you're supposed to write here, you can always just Google it and just try to put it in the form of a sentence and include as much information as possible. You'll be able to find it on some resource website. And I'm actually going to show you how you can go through that process a little bit later in the seminar. So anyway, let's remove these because we don't want that right now. Take those out. And maybe I want to put this, can I put it on? No, I thought I could put it underneath. Let me just put it a little bit on the left side here. So now we want to change it to a random meme, right? So I got a bunch of random memes here for my students in the chat. I'm going to start using those. Guys, remember, we're not going to be able to do videos right now with this example. So it has to be an image. Like it can be a GIF, but not a video, not a YouTube video. Okay, let me take a couple of memes from here now. So let's see what we got here. Thomas posted something. Pepe the Frog. I think this one is not fully working. Could you send me that again? Did you want to just want me to just use this image, Thomas? The Wikipedia one? I'll just search up Pepe the Frog. Pepe the Frog meme. Yeah, try to send the image links. Thank you, Yannis. Let me just copy this. And let me just put those down here for the time being. And let's see here, what else do we have? So we got that. Yannis sent another one. Oh, this one we already have. We'll put it in too. And then we got Lucas. Nice one, Luca. And then we got another one from Thomas. Let's see if this is the same one. Okay, a different one. This one I haven't seen before. Put those in here. And then keep the send one. This is also, I just got rickrolled live by one of my students. Okay, nice one. Nice one. So I think those are the ones I have for now. So yeah, guys, if you want to send more, just keep on. I think we have enough though to be able to do the random thing. Okay, so here's what the next step is. We now have some memes right here in the form of URLs for those images. What we have to do is now figure out how do we go from having this one image and you click it to go to a certain image right now here to going to a random image. Well, the way that I'm thinking about this now is we have to have a way to store all of these memes. Now, is it a good idea to store it all in a string? Probably not, right? Because it's like 4 different things. So there is a data structure. There's a way of storing something in JavaScript, which is called arrays or lists. That's what it's called too sometimes in other programming languages, where you basically just take a bunch of stuff and you put it in one thing called an array. And you can get those different things in different ways later. that would be the perfect solution for this. So let me show you how we can create that array inside of JavaScript. I'm just going to make this a little bit closer to this thing now. We don't really need to see the HTML for now. I'm going to go up top, and I'm going to use, the classic var for var keyword to make a variable. Totally fine to use let to if you want to use that. And in here, I'm going to make a variable called memes. Can we make a new tutorial where we make our own memes? Are you thinking that you want to make a website where you have your own memes? Like you could upload your own memes? Is that what you're asking, Thomas? So here I'm going to say now equal sign, and then this is how you make an array. You just use those square brackets. And in here, you have to put each thing in and then separate it by a comma. So let's say, let me just give you a couple examples. So here, one array could be just 1, 2, 3. This is completely fine, numbers. It could also have names. For example, if I wanted to put in names of students like John, Thomas, Marco, for example. This is how you can store that. Like if you had a students array or something like that, you can do that. Or of course, in our case, we just want to store these in here. So I'm just going to make it written like this. I'm just going to press enter once and then just put these on each line using a quotation mark. That's important. Comma. And then this. And then like this. So Thomas, very good question. Can you make it so that you can create your own memes? Totally, you can do that. We could totally do that in a different seminar. Just to answer your question, one easy way of doing that would be, let's say that you use some image uploading program like a website like Imgur or something like that. And then you upload it up there. Let's say you upload it up here. And you could say something like, I don't know, let's say that you got some image on your own computer that you made. You can upload it here, and then you can just add it to the website. So you could literally just put a text field here that adds the thing to the database, and then it could also show that. So if we have some time later, maybe I can show you. That's totally possible. Okay, so let's go to this one here. We got those 4, can remove these. All right, so now I got all the memes stored inside of this array. How do I use it? Let's take a look. Let me just save this for now. So I have that. Now, I'm gonna, before I go to the random part of this, I'm gonna remove this thing. And then rather than just putting it like this, I'm going to fetch it from this array right here. So let me remove this and let me just make sure which one this is. This is the second one right here. So here I'm going to say, this is a good opportunity for me to show you how you would get certain elements from an array in JavaScript. So what you need to do first is just write the name of the array. So this one right here, memes. Copy that. And then you would use square brackets. And in here, you would put in a number. And that number is the position of the element in the array. What that means is this thing has the first position, second, third, fourth. But we got to remember, when it comes to programming, computer science, techie stuff, very often you don't start counting at 1. You can't start counting at 0. So this one right here would be the 0th element. So in order to get that, I would put in 0 here. And then it would just go up by 1. So this one would be 1, 2, and 3. So let me try to test this out with a couple of different memes. So the first one is Pepe Froggy. So let's put in 0 there, save that. Go in here, refresh. Always start with this one, press, and then I get Pepe the Frog. It worked. Try one more. Save. refresh, press, and it works. Awesome. Now I'm very, very close to the end goal here. What I want is, instead of me giving this thing, I just wanted to just randomly fetch one of these here, right? Now, let's think about this. What does that really mean? Well, the easiest way that I can think about this is, for this number right here, what if we could put in some code here that would just randomly give us a number between 0 and 3, or whatever the length is for this meme, for this array of memes? That would solve it, right? Because then it could just use this thing to get that. I think that would be a great solution. So, but how would I do that though? This is where maybe my knowledge of this is a little bit limited, because I don't necessarily remember exactly what to write here to get that. So this is a great opportunity to open up a new tab and go to Google to get some help from the World Wide Web. So Command T to open up a tab, and let's go to Google. And then let's do how to get a random element from an array in JavaScript. So see how I did that? Now I'm posing it as a question, and I'm including random element from an array. So I'm using those technical terms, and then I'm saying in which which language. So let's press this. Now you can already see that I've done this before. There are some that are already visited, but let's take a look at the first one. So this is on Stack Overflow, super popular website for help when it comes to programming. So this person here is asking, how do I get a random item from items? And then you can see a bunch of people have answered, but this is the one, the answer that has been upvoted the most. So I'm going to go in here and see. So here someone is saying var item equal items and this. Okay. So I'm thinking here that this thing right here is going to lead us to the answer. So I'm just going to copy it for now. And then I'm going to paste it in here. Now, this is a good time to mention something. You don't have to know exactly what this means right away. There is a little bit of a lot of stuff going on here. There are some like math. I don't necessarily know what that means. Floor, random. Random, I kind of know, like it's doing the random thing. Items, length. I'm not even really sure about exactly how this code works, but a programmer doesn't necessarily care about that right away. We can probably take it apart and understand it, but let's see now if we can just kind of change it slightly just to make it work. So let me go here. And so here I'm thinking, okay, items is referring definitely to the array. So for that, that's going to be memes for us. So let's do memes here. And then it says math. I'm not going to change that. Floor, not going to change that. This is, I'm just going to leave it. Again, items. This is again referring to the array. Change that to memes. And then length too is something that is being applied to memes. Don't want to change that. Let me copy this now and paste it right here and get rid of this. Let's see if this works. Save. Random and wait. Okay. Something happened here. Checking your browser before accessing CodePen. Okay, let's give it a second. There we go. Let's see if it works. Click. Okay. I don't know if it's random though, because last time it was going to this one too. Let's click it again. Hey, it's working. Every time I click, this code is being executed and it's actually giving me a random meme every time. Very nice. It's working. Now let's try to take this code apart and try to understand what's going on here. So let's go in here and see really what's going on. So this we know already. This is what we had already. And we also had these square brackets. So we know that inside of here, there's being generated a random number. Now, so this entire thing is creating a random number. All right. Well, there is a math.floor thing that's being executed first, in which there is this put in as an argument. Okay, so let me try to find out what math.floor does. New tab, math.floor. Okay, I got a couple of things here I can go into. Let me go into W3 schools. So it says here, round a number downwards to the nearest integer. Okay, so let me try the try it yourself thing. Try it. 1. Okay, so it's saying click the button to round the number 1.6 downward to the okay. So it's a function that takes a number like 1.3 and rounds it down to 1. 2.5 rounds it down to 2. Okay, that makes sense. That's why it's called floor. Okay, so then that must mean that this number right here might generate something that is not a whole number. All right, so what is math.random doing? Again, copy that. Let's try to figure it out by using Google. Let's go here. It says returns a random number between 0 inclusive and 1 exclusive. Okay. Again, not fully sure about what that means. So try it out. And then, okay. So it says returns a random number, run. Aha. So it uses, it creates a random number between 0 and then 1. Okay. All right. So let's say, so that means that when we run that once, it could literally give us this result, right? So let's say that it did give us this result. Let's copy that. Go back to the code. Now that number is being multiplied by memes.length. Okay, what is that? What is memes.length? You know what? I want to use the console to figure that out. So I'm going to go to the website, open up the console again, inspect console, and then literally run memes first. Does it give us the array? Yep, it does. 4 things, and we got all our memes here. Let's do memes.length. And it gives us 4. Okay, I get it. So it's the how many elements there are in the memes. Okay, that's interesting. So what if I did that number, which I have copied now, 0.0 created by the random function, multiplied by 4. That gives me this. Aha, and then the floor function, math.floor, would take that, 287, whatever, and then it gives me 2. Okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. So then I can see from this little multiplication, that it is going to give me a number between 0 or 0 and 3. It's going to give me one of those numbers. So now I know what's going on here in between. So this is just one example. When you find something like someone else's code, try to break it apart and see if you can make sense of it. Like taking this, the pieces and seeing what each piece does. Okay. And I think actually there we have our website. Let's save that. And we get a random meme. Okay, so I want to ask you guys, the students, are there any things here that you want to add to this or ask how we can do?
It's kind of complicated, but is it possible to like somehow get a database with a bunch of different memes, then make it choose from it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you don't have to put them all manually.
Very good question. Very good question. Absolutely. Let's actually search for that now. So let's do memes database. or rather memes API maybe. Yeah, I haven't actually built this myself, but what you said is totally possible. I'm sure there's a website out there that contains a lot of memes, and if it has an open API, it will give you some code that you can use that
Reddit.
just Reddit maybe could do that too. I'm not familiar with that. I'm familiar with Reddit, but not getting memes from it this way. But if you search for it, you can put some code in there that is going to fetch memes from this database and then just use the IDs at the end and change those. If you notice, a lot of websites like this one, for example, usually will have a structure to how they store stuff. Like up here, it has S7D2A XP. So if you know that, then the website will tell you, you can just do that and you just can display those things. So it's totally possible to do that. Any other questions? Is it possible that other people could, is it possible that other people could add memes? Totally possible, totally possible. There are different ways of doing this.
Tank, can I say something?
Sure.
On Discord, if you write please,
You muted yourself. Yeah.
if you write please meme and you have the Tank memer bot, you get random memes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's so Jacob just suggested.
Yeah, I know. And you can also type like please kill, and then he says how
Please
you died.
cancel. Yeah.
Dank memes apparently have this thing where they can give you access to all the memes that they have.
You have like these settings where you type in please and like something like like fight, please meme
cancel.
and like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So just a little note about how you could add your own memes that has been asked several times. One way you could do it is add a thing where you actually upload an image. Now, if you give the user an opportunity to upload an image on your own website, there might be a little issue with that. Can you guys think about what would be a little problematic there?
You would need a server to store all the stuff.
Exactly. So you would then need to take care of actually storing that meme, which means you have to, have a server or something where you can actually store those, and that could cost you money. So not necessarily something that you want to do just for a fun website like this. What was said already before was that you can actually, let me actually see if we can do that for the remaining time. Would you guys like to see that? How to do that in this one?
How to do what?
How to add your own meme through like a text box.
Oh, so we're just gonna show it in the thing?
If you guys want to see it, we have about 12 minutes left, and I could try to implement that. We don't have enough time. Yeah.
I think
Okay. We'll do it another time. Then we'll do it maybe for another seminar. All right, then. I think I will end it there. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you found it interesting. And yes, that was all.